people about the direction, hmm, they are not interested to tell me because they are so busy. They don't have time. But in Agra, I have seen people have enough time to discuss the thing. Hmm. If you ask someone, they become very pleased to answer you. So this is the basic difference. Hmm. And from the aspect of economy, uh, I think Mumbai and Delhi is far ahead than Agra. Hmm. That's the basic difference I come to see from my 3 to 4 days journey in Agra. And
Okay.
and one thing, a lot of foreigners come to see uh, Taj Mahal, Fatehpur Sikri. Hmm. So the thing I have seen that somewhere they humiliate us. Somewhere the foreigners humiliate us. They see us from a compassionate point of view. Hmm. Maybe the reason behind it, the daily lifestyle of the Indian, the most of the Indian. Hmm. They see how they live the life. The most common people of the India, how live a life. Because if we are outside of India, we will come to know a few name, like uh, the family of Reliance, hmm, the Tata groups. They are very rich. The percentage of people is very less in India. The common people hmm, are living their life and they are fighting, they are striving hmm, to do their level best, to live, to run their family. These all are the things I have noticed. They see how they see you is a bit different. That's the thing.
All right. Okay. So thanks, Subhanal. Thank you for talking about
Thank
life in these cities and what you know about these cities. Thank you for sharing that. Um, we'll talk about a few phrases you've used here when you describe the cities.
you.
Whenever we talk about traveling, for example, using the word go, you said, I went Delhi. What's missing here?
No, I went to Delhi.
Would be right. Good. And people considered Mumbai to be the real capital, or is it considered?
No, no, no. People consider.
Considered would be right. And there is something is going on. You said in bigger cities, especially city like Mumbai, you said there is something is going on. Is it true?
No, no, no. That's not a correct sentence.
Mm,
There is something going on.
absolutely. Very good. And you said Agra. Agra is besides Delhi.
No, no, no. Agra, uh, besides Delhi, there is Agra. Agra is besides Delhi is not possible because uh, the I think
Mm,
it is not correct, ma'am.
okay. What is the difference between beside and besides?
Okay,
Mm,
the beside. See, this is that thing is requires when we speak when the subject is plural or singular. If
or or one is one has a
yes,
different
yes,
meaning.
yes, I beside, he beside. Third person singular form.
For example, you can say, I will make two sentences. So you can tell me if the meanings are similar, they are different. Example one, I can say, beside the house there flows river. Whereas if I say, uh, besides taking classes, we should also practice at home.
Yes. Besides of taking classes means apart from taking classes, we should also practice at home.
So do you think both words have the same meaning or are they different?
No, both are correct. Both. That second one is completely correct. Besides means apart from taking classes, and besides the house, I think
It's not besides the house, it is beside the house. Beside here
beside the house.
can
Yes,
mean
yes,
something that's next to,
yes.
close
Next to
to. Yeah. So here this beside acts as a preposition.
Yes.
Whereas besides taking here, it says apart from, like you said. So those are two different words that have different meanings.
Yes, that have different meanings. It depends
But
upon
here,
the sentence where we
yeah.
use.
So here, will you say Agra is besides Delhi or beside Delhi?
Oh, beside Delhi.
Yeah.
Agra is beside Delhi.
Yeah, you're right. All right. And one more. When, like how we used to with the verb went or go, what happens when we use the word come or came? Which preposition do we use? Do we use at or do we use to?
I came to know. I came to know from him.
Yeah, and you can say, for example, we came to Shimla. I think you used
Yes.
it should have been came to. All right, good. And you also said that you traveled with one of my friend. Is it one of your friend?
No. One of my friends. One of my friends. Among many friends. So when I'm saying actually, maybe it takes time. If I'm writing, probably I'm not going to make this kind of mistake. But speaking is not automatic. Still now I'm struggling, and it takes time. I take time to construct all these things. Maybe that's why.
You'll get better with practice. So the key
Yeah.
is to make sure that you keep talking in English with someone every day.
Yes.
All right, good. And one more, a couple of other phrases. You also said when you were talking about your the cities, you said in between three cities. Sorry.
No.
You said what's common in between these cities, or what do you think?
Among three cities.
Among the three
In
cities.
between two cities. Among
Yeah.
three cities.
Yeah. And here you don't need it. You can say among the
Yes.
three.
Among two cities.
All right. And last one, you said most of the Indian.
No, not most of the Indians. It is not correct. Many Indians,
Indian?
many of us, most of the Indians.
S was missing there, that's all. All right. Okay. Thanks, Subhanal. I thought you had a very interesting viewpoint to talk about this three cities.
Yes.
So thanks for talking about it. All right. So now let's talk about the characters in the book. So I hope you remember the movie. But the names of the characters in books are slightly different from the one.
Yes. The name of the character, the lead character of the Q&A book is Ram Muhammad Thomas. And in the film, the character was named as Salim.
He was named as Jamal.
Yes, he's Jamal, and his elder brother is Salim.
Yeah,
he was Jamal.
Right. All right. So what do you know about Ram Muhammad Thomas? Who is he? What's his life about?
The whole novel or the movie is centered of Ram Muhammad Thomas. He is a young semi-literate waiter. I think so. He is not completely literate, but he is young and he is a waiter. The very moment when he attained the quiz show, he was working as a waiter in a 5-star hotel.
Yeah. All right, good. And did he have an easy life? How was his life? Where did he live?
Actually, the film is all about his life, how he come to know all the questions. As we all know that we all are nothing but the heap of experience and a memory, heap of the memory. So his life wasn't easy. Every time he had something difficulty. He had difficulty in his life. So it was all about how he come to know, the answers of the question he was asked in the quiz show. Who wants to be billionaire? I think it was 12 questions he was asked, and he unfold all this, how he come to know all these questions to the lawyer. I think to the lawyer, and the episodes of life where and how.
Okay.
These all are the events,
Sure.
memorable
Alright.
events.
All right, good. What about the second character? Who is that?
Ma'am, I don't know. Smita Shah, Smita Shaw. What is the actual pronunciation of Shaw or Shao?
Shah. Shah.
Shaw. Okay.
Smita
Smita
Shah.
Shah. Okay.
You are
But
right. She is the lawyer.
okay, she is the lawyer in the book or in the film?
In the book. In the film, you
In the
don't
book.
have a lawyer. In the
In
film,
the film?
he narrates all the incidents to Inspector, right? Where Irfan
Yes.
played the Inspector.
Yes,
Inspector
yes.
Godbole.
In the book, he narrates the whole thing to the lawyer.
To the
And
lawyer,
he
you're
was
right.
Smita Shaw.
Right.
Ah,
All right.
okay.
Okay. Did he? Do you think he met Smita Shaw earlier in his life when he was young?
No, I don't think so because I didn't went through the book because next time if I get the opportunity, if the app is working, I definitely go through the book well so that I can answer all the questions because
All right.
either it becomes difficult to continue the conversation.
Right, I agree. So he does meet Smita Shah earlier in his life, but he doesn't realize that she is the same person. So
Okay.
he met someone like a neighbor whom he considered to be a very close sister, and he promised to protect her. So he does something that changes her life, and but they don't meet after that. He runs away after that incident, but finally he gets to know that that's like his sister.
That's like his sister.
She's like his sister.
So, ma'am, you went through the book.
I
How
did.
do you think? Uh, how it was? How was it? Because it's the
Mm-hmm.
debut novel of
Vikas
Vikas
Swarup? Yeah.
Swarup.
All right. Okay.
Considering all other novels you have read.
I've not read the complete version. I've read the Penguins version of it. So based on the book, I can say that it has a very interesting premise, right? The story has a very
Yes.
interesting plot, and it has a linear method of narrating a story, a non-linear method of narrating a story. So he talks about his one age at 10 years old, one age at, sometimes when he was 8, suddenly he's
Mm.
14, suddenly he's again 12. So it goes back and forth. There's a lot, it's
Yeah.
a non-linear presentation of a story, even on in the book.
Even in the
Yeah.
The only problem with me is that I do not like reading because it seems to me very boring. Hmm. But nowadays, I think I have ample of time. So why don't I try myself to educate myself? So
I think the key is to find the right kind of story. So any
yeah,
story that interests you, if you read it, you will find it intriguing.
maybe.
Right.
But I didn't find anything like this till now. Hmm.
Try reading these detective story books because that will be very interesting. Like, for example, Sherlock Holmes or any
Uh,
investigative stories. And sometimes these biopics or biographies, autobiographies can also be interesting.
yes, it is true. But ma'am, I tried some book. Hmm. I read the book White Tiger. Uh, I started reading the book. I think I read half of the book, but it didn't give me that much energy to continue. Hmm. Apart from this, the book Rupa Baweja, the Shadi Shop. Hmm. I think this was the debut book of Rupa Baweja. After this, she uh, she hasn't write anything else.
She hasn't written anything yet.
No, I think she has read. She written something, but
Hmm.
that is not published because to get published is a very difficult task.
All right. Okay. So thanks, Abhinal. What about third character, Prem Kumar? Who was he?
Prem Kumar, ma'am, as I told you that I don't read
Okay,
the book.
I'll give you a clue. This is Prem Kumar. So who is he?
Okay, yes, he's the anchor. He's the presenter
All
of
right.
the show.
Sure, the game show host.
Yes, yes.
All right, good.
In the book, the
Both
name
in the
of the
book,
person
both
and
in the book and the movie.
okay, and the movie.
All right, very good. What about the next one?
Oh, Salim.
Yeah.
In the movie,
Mm-hmm.
Salim is the name of the character of the elder brother of Jamal.
Very good. How about in the book?
Hello, ma'am. Sorry, ma'am.
How about in the book?
In the book, I don't know. I didn't get the chance to read it because that.
Yeah. In the book, Salim is Ram's friend that he meets in an orphanage. So he's a friend, but he's younger to Ram.
He's younger to Ram.
All right. And how about Nita?
Nita, I think that lady, Jamal, the Ram Muhammad Thomas, was fascinated after.
He falls in love with her. Yes.
Yes,
All
he
right.
falls in love with Nita.
Okay, so that's right. And what about Neelima Kumari? So this is a character that does not appear in the movie but appears in the books.
Yes, appears in the book. Maybe the name of that lady, he falls in love. Jamal falls in love. Maybe that I don't know. I must go through the book prior to attend the next session.
All right. So Neelima Kumari is an actor, a yesteryear actor, an old actor, a retired actor, and he worked for her. So after he ran away from different places, he got employment at her house. So he worked there at her house.
Okay.
Right. And the last one. So this character is there, it appears in the movie, but the name of the character is different in movies.
Okay, name of the character is different. Mr.
Yeah.
Pillai.
So it's this guy. So who is this guy?
I don't know, ma'am. I can't remember.
All right. Do you remember where there was a like a mafia gang who tried to
Yes.
who bought all the children and used them for making money?
Yes, he's the leader of the gang.
Yeah, you're right. So in the book, he was called Maman, and he was the boss who disabled children and left them to beg.
Yes, he's the boss of the disabled children.
Yeah. He did it intentionally. He removed their eyes.
Yes, he
made them blind. And he used them for begging. So yes. So the characters, it's the same in the book too, but the name of the character is different. That's it. All right. So these are some central characters that shape the story of the book.
Yes.
So but there are so many other characters as well. Like you said, for every question, he has a background to it, right? He tells us what happens, why he knows the answer to that question.
It's a complete story.
Yeah.
How we come to know the thing, it's a complete story. The event itself a story.
All right. So we'll take a look at some words that appear in the book. We'll discuss the meanings here. So the first word, it's not actually an English word. It is used in India to describe something. What is it?
Oh, it's rice, chawal.
No, that is chawal.
Okay. That is chawal.
Yeah. This chawl.
Chawl. Okay. The shop. A temporary shop.
It's like a building where there are many cheap flats.
Yes, chawl. Okay.
So it's a building where there are many cheap flats. So that's called chawl.
Yes.
So what about the second word? What is that mean?
Terrified means scared of.
Absolutely.
Afraid.
Frightened. Very good.
Frightened, yes.
The next one. What's a game show?
Game show, it's a show where it's a kind of show where some kinds of game is being played.
Yeah. Sure. Either like a quiz or any other tasks
Yes,
or challenges that you have to
challenges. Yes,
finish and you get a reward for it.
yes. Wait for it. Yes.
What about the fourth one?
The fourth one is diplomat. Diplomat means, as I know that Swarup is a diplomat, hmm, Indian diplomat. Diplomat means those who are working outside of India, outside of the country, hmm, on behalf of their country. Hmm.
Yeah.
They take care of the external relationship, hmm, the relationship between the country, his motherland to the other countries.
All right. Okay, good. What you said is right. And what about the fifth one? I'm sorry, there's a typo here. It should be persona.
Persona.
Persona
Persona grata.
non grata.
Non grata. Persona non grata. No, ma'am, I don't have any idea.
A persona non grata is a person who is not, let's say, not wanted by the government. For example, here, to live in the country. So a persona non grata are people usually from other countries, like diplomats, ambassadors from other countries who come to a different country, and that government may find that this person is not keeping up the professional relationship or is not respecting the country's rules.
Yes.
At the time, they declare them persona non grata, which means that they have to leave the country in 24 or 48 hours.
Okay. That thing oftenly happen in between India and Pakistan. Recently, I think last year or in 2019, some of the diplomat, Pakistani diplomat, have been, I think, have been expelled from India, have been asked to leave India.
Yeah, usually any countries that have a conflict, you will often find that there'll be people or diplomats or people coming from that country, they might be declared persona non grata. Right. Okay. How about the next one? What is that?
Tragedy, the tragedy of life. The tragedy is the consequence, the sorrowful consequence. Tragedy is, I have heard all the time when somebody wants to describe something in a sarcastic way. So tragedy, something wrong happened with him or her, with someone, a sorrowful event, the consequence of a sorrowful event.
Okay, it is a sorrowful event. Yes, something that has a sad ending, especially. So yes, that is a tragedy. And what about the last one? A film extra.
No, I don't have any idea. It's is it a technical term, film extra?
It's also called as an extra. It's related to the film industry.
Okay.
It means a person who appears in a movie
without getting any payment.
Yeah.
No,
they get the payment. It's just that it will be a non-speaking character.
Guest appearance. Non-speaking, okay.
Yeah, like in the background, you will have people.
Like in the background, okay, film extra. It's not guest appearance.
No.
Those who appeared in the background, like the actor and actress dancing in front of the stage, and thousands of people are following them behind them, following the steps behind them. That is commonly known as film extra.
Yeah, and it is not just that they don't have speaking characters. Some of them do have some speaking characters. For example, maybe you get on a bus, so there will be a bus conductor, a bus driver. So sometimes you buy tickets from them, so they do speak. So they are also film extras, but they are not central to the film. Their character is not central to the film. It does not affect the plot much.
Yes, does not affect the plot much. Yes, it is true.
So that person is a film extra or an extra. So in the book, Salim wanted to act in films. So he was trying to get a role of an extra So that was his goal.
In the book, not in the movie, because in the movie I don't think whether there is any event that described in the movie that he wanted to be an actor or wanted to appear in the movie.
Okay, I don't remember it. I think he wanted to be rich though. He wanted to be a very rich man.
Yes, he wanted to be a very rich man.
Yeah. Right.
I think they are also getting paid.
They get paid. Yes, they do get paid. Yes.
Yes, because one of my close friend once told me he appeared in a film, so he got the payment of 5,000 a couple of years ago. He told me.
They do get paid. They are not like non-paid actors. They do get paid. Yes. All right.
But how much? That's the question. How much payment they get? Because.
But I think you have a film union, right? So you will have a slab for it.
Okay.
The film union is pretty strong. So they get some basic wages that tells you for a this particular role for this many minutes. So you will have a union there that tells you these are the.
Maybe it depends upon the length of the appearance. For how many seconds, how many minutes they are going to appear in the screen.
Yeah.
There are some parameters.
Absolutely. All right. Okay. So we'll answer some questions based on books. I will help you if you don't know the answer. So you can try to relate it with the movie that you watched too. All right. I think you may not know the first one. So.
No, I don't know where the Ram was taken after Father Timothy died.
Okay. So initially Ram was left in a bin in an orphanage that had been for old clothes. So he was left there. So the people in the church, near a church, so they took him up, and Father Timothy was not an Indian person. He came from a different country, maybe a European country. So he raised Ram until he was 8 years old. So that is how Ram started speaking English, because Father Timothy was from an English country, I think, English speaking country. So he spoke to Ram in English, and Ram spoke English so well because of that.
Yes.
And when he was 8, Father Timothy unfortunately died. So only when he died, Ram realized that, I only had one person in my life, like a parent, and that person passed away. So he really cherished the time he spent with Father Timothy. All right. Well, what about the second? So he was taken to the Delhi home for boys after that. After Father Timothy died, he was put in an orphanage. A boys' orphanage. And that is where he met Salim.
That is where he met Salim. It is as per the book. So far, the book is concerned.
Yeah.
Because in the movie, it is not clear.
Yeah.
I think there the thing is showed that Salim and Jamal is blood brothers.
Yeah. So their mom dies because of some riot there, right?
Yes.
So they are then put in an orphanage. So it's a different story there. Yes. But what about the second one?
Ram, who helped Ram at the police station? Who helped Ram? I think the advocate is the only person who was listening. Who helped Ram?
Yeah, the lawyer, just Smita.
The lawyer, yes.
Very good.
Smita.
All right.
How many years?
About the third one.
How many years was it since Ram and Salim had last seen each other? You told me that Salim was the different character as per the book.
Yeah, here you can say friend. So, but they have a similar relationship, right? Although they are not brothers like the books, like the movies, he's still close with him. He was his best friend.
Yes, both of them used to bake together. I think, according to the movie, there was a friend whose eyes was plucked out by the group, by the leader, gang leader. And he was singing the song. That moment when he heard the voice of the Jamal, instantly he recognized Jamal, the friend who used to be with him long ago.
Yeah. Okay. So here we say that after that incident, like they also went to Agra, right? So there he did that. In the movie, it is a different story.
Yes.
They acted as tour guides, and they cheat somebody and they try to run away. So they get separated then.
Yes.
And,
Yes. True.
so here they meet each other after 5 years. So it's a different incident. What about the next one?
Who did Ram call? Who did Ram call to answer 20th question?
12th
Who did
question.
Ram call? 12th question, yes. Who did Ram call to answer the 12th question?
So in the movie, this does not appear. So in the book, what happens is for the 12th question, he has an English language question based on Shakespeare and Shakespeare's tragedies and plays. And Ram does not know the answer. So he uses call a friend, phone a friend option. And he calls somebody that he helped in the past. So he helped this person. He gave him some money to save his daughter. So he all he knew is that he had his visiting card. So he called him, and he was an English teacher, luckily. So he gave the answer. So he knew the answer for that question. And,
but it is not in the film.
It's not in the film, no. And what about the last one?
What was the name of the game show? Who wants to be the billionaire?
That
in the book.
In the movie,
and
that is
in the movie, I think it's Kaun Banega Crorepati.
All right. In the book, it is slightly different. I think for not violating copyrights, so they had it. Who will win a billion? So that was the name of the game.
Who will win a billion?
Yes. But the actual show is called Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? So
yes, right. Who wants to be a billionaire?
In the book, they've slightly changed the name.
Yes.
Right. Okay. So these are the answers for the questions. Yes. All right.
Uttam Chatterjee, the man he helped at the hospital. Okay.
And he lived in the orphanage, Delhi Home for Boys.
Yeah.
All right. So that brings us to the last set of questions. These are general opinion questions. Okay, the last one is the general opinion question. In the first one, would you like to read the first one?
Okay. In the story, Ram has many terrible experiences, but only a few things make him angry. Which were they? And are they similar in any way? Okay. In the story, Ram has many terrible experiences, it is true, but only a few things make him angry. I can't remember anything that is shown in the film. Maybe it is in the book, which made him angry. A few things that made him angry, makes him angry.
Yeah.
Which were they? Which were they? Which were they, and are they similar in any way? What does it mean by which were they?
Like, what were the incidents where he got angry?
Okay.
So think of it. Take a quick second. Let me ask Jansi a question. Hi, Jansi.
Hi, ma'am.
Good evening, Jansi.
Good evening, ma'am.
Jansi, have you read the book?
No, ma'am. I didn't read the book. Just I came here to how the session was going.
All right, we've come to the end of the session. So we've discussed quite a few things earlier. So we talked about the characters in the book, some vocabulary related to it, and some general opinion questions too. It is similar to the live classes that you attend, Jansi.
Okay.
All right. So have you watched this movie, Slumdog Millionaire?
No, ma'am.
You've not watched it?
No.
All right. Okay. But hold on. Maybe you can answer the last question, Jansi. Would you like to answer the last question?
If you won $1 billion in a game show, how would you spend it? So I first of all, I plan for myself whatever things I can, whatever that I want. then I will buy using that money, and then I share with my family and friends. And if something left, then also I share for any charity and like that, ma'am.
All right. Okay. Very good. This is a very popular movie to Jansi. This movie won, I think, many awards. I think 8 awards or something it won.
Even A.R. Rahman won Oscar award for this movie.
He won 2 of them. Yeah. So, but I think it also was voted the best movie, the best director. So it won many awards. All right. So try watching it. But hold on. We'll ask Subhanil too. Let's see what Subhanil thinks. Subhanil,
Yes, ma'am.
would you like to answer the last question? If you're not sure the first one, you can answer the.
No, I don't have any idea of the first question.
That's
I don't know the answer. If you own $1 billion in a game show, how would you spend it? I've been thinking that what I will do. I think I'm not going to attend any such game show. I haven't attended. If I own billion, I will make a fixed deposit,
Okay.
uh, and I will continue my life the way it is going on. I don't want to interfere any of such thing, so that anything changes. It will definitely bring a change. But I have seen, if you don't earn money in the right way, then you are not going to get the position in the society. If you have the money, but you don't know how to utilize it, because there are lot of people I have seen, they earn money, they earn lot of money, but they remain in the same position. There is no cognitive development. So for future, I will definitely make a fixed deposit of 1 billion, because we do not know what is in our future, and I will continue my life the way it is going on.
Okay. So you have a very practical approach towards it.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. I'd like to say what happens in the books. So the central character Ram Omar Thomas, he gets angry in a few incidents where he finds that injustices have been met out to the people that he likes. For example, Neelima Kumari was an actor that he worked for, but he realized that she was tortured in the hands of some person. So he wanted to avenge that. So that's one of the reasons why he goes to the game show. And also, he liked Neeta a lot, right? He wanted to marry her. So to save her, she was also treated cruelly by someone that he found out. So to avenge that and to save her from that, he was angry and he took actions for it. And there was also an incident where he met someone in the train, and she was treated cruelly too, and he got angry at the time. So, and there was an instance where he was not paid the money. Somebody was withholding the money that he earned. So to get that money, again, he was angry and he took actions for it. So there were instances where he felt that he was met out with injustices. That is when he got angry. And with the winnings that he got, finally, he helped police tell what happened in his life, who were the bad people that were there, and he helped them. He helped them get captured, and he bought a studio where Salim could work as an actor. So he finally did that with his winnings. He bought a film studio. He became a producer himself. All right. So the book does have a happy ending, but he has gone through a lot of hardships in the book. Yes. It's a very interesting book. It's thoroughly enjoyable, but I hope you get to read it, Subhanil and Jansi. And I would like to say that every week we have sessions like this. Every Saturday, there will be a session at 5. And this is the hard level. So we cover one topic, one book every week. You will see that when you are booking a class, you will know which book we are discussing that week. So try reading that book for that week.
So next week we are going to discuss another book.
Yeah, another book. Yes.
I hope by this time all the things, I think the app will start working
Yeah.
because it is
So
not working at the
sure.
moment.
I will also let the tech team know that you have already contacted them. So I'll send them a reminder.
Yes, I have contacted them and they told me that the issue will be solved by a couple of days. I'm
Sure.
waiting for it. By the time I went to a book, The Extraordinary Life of the Scientist.
Stephen Hawking.
Yes, Stephen
So
Hawking.
that session was at 4:00.
Okay.
So we discussed The Extraordinary Life of Stephen Hawking today at 4:00, and this one at 5. Slumdog Millionaire.
So, ma'am, tell me one